They don't have a number 2 wide receiver. Like, unless Jonathan Mingo takes a huge step forward or Jalen Tolbert or somebody, the light finally comes on, they don't. And they have a bunch of 3 and 4 guys, which is fine for depth, but you need somebody to take some pressure off of CeeDee Lamb and do something for Dak Prescott, because they have tried to put too much on him for too long and not giving him a running back that is a true alpha dog, which Rico Dowdle was not. He was fine. But not giving a true alpha dog running back and a true number 2 wide receiver is absolute malpractice by the front office, and they should be ashamed that they're doing it. But, I mean, they're the Jones family. They have no shame. They have about 3 years before Dak's ineffectiveness and age, like, collide. So right now, they've got Dak at probably the most maximum efficiency that they're ever going to have him. So they might as well, like, go all out and try to win with Dak. That's what they never did for Tony Romo, and they've not done it for Dak Prescott, because they're building it for a future that's been 29 years. And then you go back to the Brian Schottenheimer press conference, you get Stephen Jones saying so-called drought. Buddy, it's not so-called. It ain't raining. It hasn't rained. It's a drought. Like, the ground's cracking. There's cactus popping up and tumbleweed. You are in the desert, bro. Like, the fans are thirsty. They want water. Give them some water. And it's all building for this future that will never come when how it works in the NFL with the salary cap now, which they didn't have when they won their 3 Super Bowls, is, you know what? Sometimes you luck and skill and all that with Patrick Mahomes, and you don't really have to, you've got this magic man back there. But if you have a guy who's good but not great at quarterback, what you do, like the Rams did when they got Matthew Stafford, is you put the pedal to the floor, you get everything you can around him, you win a championship, maybe 2 if it works out that way, and then, you let it fall apart and you build back again. But they have just... they've stayed in the middle, and there's nothing more despicable in sports than being stuck in the middle. Be bad or be good. Ricky Bobby, that's the only organization in pro sports, aside from the Yankees or the Lakers, who can be middle of the road and still command interest. Yes, I almost feel like they take advantage of us on that. Yeah, they absolutely do. Paul, I can tell you're lathered up over there. Where'd you go to look like come in?
Yeah, let me jump in here. So, because I think Bear the Truth and I have the same thought here, as Paul was talking about surrounding Dak with talent, trying to take advantage. I think Paul said something like Dak's at his peak efficiency right now. Paul, I'm a noted Dak hater. I've been at anti-Dak train for a while, but Bear the Truth also commented, hot take, Dak's best years are ahead?
No, that's not what I meant. Dak is at the best efficiency you're ever going to get him again right now. Like, it's not going to get better as it goes along. So, 2 years ago, he had an MVP caliber season. So you're still in the afterglow of that a little bit. So if you can stay in the afterglow of Dak just a bit, and put people around him, because look, Scotty, I understand that that there are Dak haters out there, but what we have to come to grips with is he is the quarterback for the 3 years. Yeah. Look, that's not going to change barring a catastrophic injury. So they can't do anything about that. Now, 3 years from now, if it doesn't work out, he's probably gone, and they move on, and Dak does the, series of 1-year deal things, going to play for teams like Russell Wilson. That's what'll happen. But if they can win with, he's good enough to win a Super Bowl. When you look at, not every quarterback who's won is Brady or Mahomes or Roger Staubach.
I agree, Scotty. Don't give Paul the side. I agree, Paul.
You can win, Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl, Scotty. Brad Johnson won a Super Bowl. Mark Rippon won a Super Bowl.
But Paul, the argument would be, and I've had people come back at me the same way. That was 30 years ago. That was 20 years ago. Really.
Nick Foles just did it too.
Yeah, okay. There we go. You know why Nick Foles won? I was at that game, Scotty. You know why Nick Foles won it? Because that team of Eagles was superb around him.
Yeah.
And Carson Wentz would have won it if not Nick Foles.
Right.
So those guys are average at best.
Right.
So, yeah.
Your point about a mediocre quarterback winning the Super Bowl is taken. I just see Dak actively losing playoff game and get on. But guess who else did that?
And I bet you like him, don't you?
Right.
I know. No, he's gonna say
I bet you you're a Romosexual, aren't you?
a big time.
He was the same kind of shitty. I mean, he was. Like, he was the same kind. Like, he would go and, like, do the same things Dak does.
The primary difference is Tony Romo has some of the best fourth quarter numbers in NFL history. We're not.
Okay. He also dropped a snap in Seattle. He also cost them getting into the playoffs more than one time. He also only won one playoff game.
He only won one playoff game, and then he had one stolen by officials. But it's
okay. Look, the thing is, what's the record say, Scotty? So Tony Romo and Dak Prescott are the same, and the Cowboys refuse to go all out to help both of them because their strategy when things hit ground are, well, quarterback go save us. Well, if the quarterback isn't Patrick Mahomes, that doesn't work. So you have to build around him. Look, Jalen Hurts, I'm a huge Jalen Hurts guy, but he is not a superstar quarterback. He's really, really good, and he's got really good skill set. But you know what the Eagles have done? They put the best offensive line in football around him. They gave him Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown and Dallas Goedert and Saquon Barkley and all of that. And that's a team they have to play twice a year in their division. And what do? They don't even go half the way that the Eagles do to make it work. So that's the problem. Like, Dak's the quarterback. You can win with a quarterback with Dak's skill set. He's better than most. I'd rather have Dak Prescott for multiple years than Jeff Hostetler that the Giants had, or Nick Foles or Carson Wentz. Dak's not a head case. He's a good dude. The team rallies around him. Yes, he has his limitations, but if you build around him to take away from those limitations and don't put it always on him, then you'll have a chance. But until they actually